Welcome to part 2 of my attempt to unturd the Monogram 55 Ford truck for the USAC group build. Last time I broke out the power tools and started a pretty good burn pile. Then I removed the front fender unit from what was left of the body. So is there anything really left?
Here's where we left off. This is the bottom of the cab, and now I would say that the doors are in more appropriate proportion. Kind of hard to tell. As you can see, I've kind of X-nayed the rest of the top off because I don't know what kind of top this is going to have. We're working on that. So that burn pile, the other side, burn pile. And then I went on and cut the back out because it just seemed like that should go too. I was just kind of in the way of whatever happens. Burn pile.
Returning to the front fender unit, I started to remove the wheel openings using the panel scriber and ninja saw. Then I swapped them side to side. This helped move the front wheels to a more proportional, pleasing position. But first, let's add more to the burn pile by taking about 6 scale inches out of the fenders. More fuel for that burn pile.
So we have the fenders now. And as I said, that's going to help lower the vehicle, but at the same time allow me to show the entire wheel, because how it was, it was kind of down here, and when you had some kind of wheel or tire, I don't even think I have one. There we go, there's a tire. It's like it's way up there, and I guess that's kind of a cool look, but I like to show my wheels off. So when I section it, it's still going to be low. Actually, it's going to be really low, but you'll see all of the wheel, which is kind of fun. So, as I said, we're going to glue these back in with some super glues and probably zip that off and then reattach it somewhere depending on where we feel like it needs to go. So let's glue those back on. I like to use the cheapest super glue I can find, because basically I go through it all, and if it gets dried up like this one's starting to get, I just get another one. So let's see if this is working. Ooh, it is certainly working. And we will, it's kind of difficult to see through camera. And we just kind of globulate it on here. Cake it on. Because you want it to be good, because we'll make it all nice during the prime sand. Oh, I just glued myself to it. It's kind of difficult to see through the camera. That's pretty close. There we go. Try to get it as tight as you can. When I say I glued myself to my model, this is kind of where it happens. We're gonna get some evergreen up in there too. Ooh, I am like totally glued. Ew, look at that. Moving on to the rear fenders, I believe that they're gonna get worked in here somehow. How? I don't really know yet, but we're gonna go on and do this surgery. So again, I've removed the wheel well, or the wheel opening, from the fender. And so my plan here is to zip off some amount maybe about 1/8 of an inch. And we're going to move those up some. So again, so when it sits low, you still get to see the wheel, because, you know, wheels are fun. So we got that one done. And we've done this one too. So let's break out the saw. Now the rear fenders are sectioned to kind of match the front. Again, super glue was used to glue this back together. I decided to take the character line out. I might put it back, probably not. But after Bondo prime sand about a half dozen times, we should have these pretty presentable. Still don't know where they're going to wind up. We shall see.
Now it was time to deal with the hood. I'm still unsure if I'll even use a hood, but to make that decision, it has to be made to fit somehow. The same about 6 scale inches were taken out of the front, and then it tapered a skosh in the back. This procedure resulted in some pretty serious gaps. To remedy this, I glued the section middle piece back to the top section. I figured the middle and the bottom would still align somewhat fine. After hosing the gap with superglue, out came the Dremel tool to disintegrate the unneeded excess of the middle section. A coarse sanding stick continued to refine the shape. It will still require Bondo Sand Prime at least 34 times, but if I use the hood, I think I can make it fit. Since I kinda ran the front fenders through the blender, the grill opening and the snowplow below would have to be adjusted. The big saw was used to send even more stuff to the burn pile. So here's what I'm left with. As you can see, I need a few things to make some type of functioning vehicle out of this. Next time, I'll introduce the cast of players that'll help make this happen. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do, because I have all kinds of model car stories to tell. Thanks for watching.